Hi everyone, happy Monday. I'm answering a question today in our bite-sized training, and the question is, does LinkedIn have the capacity to pull in new clients? And here's what I want to say. I really feel like when it comes to counseling in private practice, as I've mentioned before, you really want to keep it simple when you're just starting. And for me, that means really mastering one, maximum two platforms, maximum two, before you start, going out and doing other things. I know if we had a poll in this group and we said, how many platforms are you on? It'd be very interesting. I'm sure many of you have a website, plus a Psychology Today profile, plus a Facebook business page, plus Instagram, plus emails, plus goodness knows what. You're all on so many different platforms, and it's not necessary to build a successful private practice or to fill your diaries or to find more clients. It's not about how many more platforms can I be on. It comes down to really about your messaging. So when people say, well, is LinkedIn a great place to get clients? It really depends on what's your message, and is the message going to match the demographic of the client that's going to be on LinkedIn that you want to be connecting with? And if so, then I would suggest have LinkedIn as your platform, and I would show up there consistently. You don't have to be on LinkedIn or any other platform every day. However, we know that the more people see you, hear you, can connect with you, the more, it's called touch points in marketing, but the more touch points or the more times people have connected or seen you and heard you and all those sorts of things, the stronger that relationship becomes. And it's also referred to as know, like, and trust. They get to know you, maybe they get to like you, and then they get to trust the information that you share with them and the messages that you share. So if you're perfect for your practice happens to be someone that spends most of their time not on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, but on LinkedIn, doing things like networking, consuming important information, linking with others, creating new connections. If that's where your perfect for your practice is, and you've got a really well-articulated message that you use as the foundation for all of your content, then absolutely focus on that. Have a website and LinkedIn, and don't worry about anything else. I know this is going to sound counterintuitive to some of you, and fear mindset's going to kick in, and you're going to think, oh, but if I'm not on Facebook. No, you absolutely do not need to be on Facebook or Instagram to build a successful practice. I built my practice on Facebook, but I mastered Facebook, right? I love doing lives. I love doing trainings. I love my Facebook groups. I love building out communities. I love teaching. I love sharing information. Facebook is my jam. I'm not so much an Instagram person. You can go and have a look at my Instagram account. I dabble in there once every now and again. I share content to it every now and again, but I'm definitely not consistent. And I honestly do not get many clients off Instagram. After I felt like I had, created a real name, a reputation, a brand, the private practice was sold brand online, like on Facebook. I moved then into starting a podcast as well. So now for me, I have two platforms that I nurture every single week. That's my podcast and it's my Facebook communities. But it's going to be different for all of us, So when it comes to choosing a platform, whether it's LinkedIn or Instagram or YouTube or wherever you want to be, always think, is this where the clients that are perfect for my practice spend their time? And is this platform a place where I can connect with others through the message that I have? Okay. And what would that look like and feel like if I dropped everything else for now? For the next 12 months, I'm just going to focus on one, maximum two platforms. Might be your website and YouTube, might be your website and Instagram. Always got to have a website. Why? Well, I'm not a very good example because I don't actually have one, but you need to have a website because it's searchable content, right? Anything that's on Google and on YouTube is considered searchable content. You're going to have clients who are not on social media, and they're going to want somebody just like you who does exactly what you do to work with, and they're not going to find you if you're just on social media. And I know this because I've got groups, right? So we've got our group here. There's about 2,000 people in it. But I've got more than 2,000 emails for our group. We've got the Big Counsellors Connect group as well. There's 5,000 people in that, but I've got more than 5,000 emails for that. And it's because not everybody's on social media. So you don't want to miss out on clients either. The way to get more traction for your business is to do less, stop spreading yourself so thin, focus on 1 or 2 platforms. That's it. Keep it really, really simple. When you're new to private practice, you're already wearing so many hats, and you're already doing so many things, and you're already on a really big learning curve that it just feels like, sure, why not add another platform? I'm in the throes of learning. I'm in the eye of the storm. But I'm asking you not to do that. It's going to drain your energy, and you won't do anything well enough that it will reflect in inquiries, because it doesn't matter if you get lots of engagement, if you get lots of hearts and thumbs and messages and all of that. Engagement doesn't matter. What matters is the number of inquiries that's coming through to your private practice. So if you're posting everywhere and you've got great engagement, but nobody's picking up the phone and nobody's booking in an appointment, you're spreading yourself too thin, and your message isn't landing for the right people. So step 1, work on your message. Step 2, choose 1 platform, maximum 2, close all your other accounts or pause them or put them on hold, and just build up your presence in those spaces, okay? That's what I would love for you to be doing. And that's what I would encourage you to do if you're serious about increasing your turnover, helping more people, getting more inquiries, getting more bookings, growing your practice if you're at that stage, all those sorts of things. So I hope that this was a helpful, juicy nugget of information for you. Yeah, and the other thing that I wanted to say too was about it's not your job to be affordable. Sorry, I'm gonna not your job to be affordable. Affordable is a very subjective term, okay? What's affordable to one is not necessarily affordable to another. So how can you possibly be affordable? How can your fee possibly be affordable? Remember, your ideal client can afford your services, is ready to pay your fee, wants to book in for more than 1 session. So now that you have that awareness and you can tune into that knowledge, how does that then shape the way you're going to show up for your practice when it comes to your marketing, right? There's something to think about. Hope it helps. Okay, I'm going to go and have a big drink of water and go and play with Gabe for a minute now, because he's been tugging at my pants wanting to go outside and have a bit of a play. So I'm going to go and play with him. I hope you all have a lovely morning. Have a wonderful start to the week. I'll see you later. Bye.